Well, so much for that plan. As usual, seems that in the end it's the great Ousen that's going to have the plan. Quite embarrassing, really. A guy so insufferable and evil as that is the one who, in the end, has the real plan. But turns out he may very well be just as dangerous as we think. Yes, this is the Kingdom chapter 512, and yes, it turns out that Ousen did ride to Gyo, and the second largest city in the territory of Sao. And according to Ousen, it is perfect for. I mean, it's unable to fall to an attack. Then I still don't know exactly what Shohei-kun thought about that. However, Ousen decided to do a map, which his subordinates thought was crazy, but his most loyal one decided to deal with that anyway, as as many of the other Shins repelled the invaders as Ousen planned. And in the one moment I would consider this badass, but I consider this just as badass as I consider it arrogant. Only one general can sit in the middle of a battlefield and plan while his subordinates kill all of their enemies. It's almost funny. We have seen so many crazy generals and many of crazy powers, but Ousen's gotta be the first that has been planning right in the middle of a battle, so to speak. And he's doing that so calmly anyway. Either way, another 2 days later, Ousen reaches the plans and tells them that there will be a new plan. No longer will Shobu-kun's strategy work. Instead, they will go with Ousen's strategy. He calls this a battle of wits between Robku and him. If you ask me, there's just something extremely arrogant about that. And extremely, well, so much for Shobu-kun's plan. Isn't it possible that Ousen will, technically now Shobu-kun won't be, what's that word? He won't get any credit for this. Ousen will too. Ousen will more too. The fact that Shin, Karyuten, and Moten are the one who's really sweating. Of course, Ohon is not sweating at all, although his eyes looks more angry. So he proclaims that Ousen proclaims they are now gonna march in the name of Shin to take Gyo. He called that city the perfect city that cannot fall to an attack, and yet he's still going to do it. Elsewhere, Robku and many of his subordinates are surprised by the fact that Ousen decided to attack them anyway. However, Robku is still extremely confident that they can take down, because he's making this a little logic situation. He's saying that as we said many times before, this attack is basically not exactly a suicide attack, but it's basically an attack that whoever loses this one will lose for good. That's what we have been saying in these recent reviews, and Robku here confirms it. If they were to lose Gyo, then Sao undoubtedly would be very close to being destroyed. However, he also notes if they are able to repel these 200,000 soldiers and commanders on the level of Great General, then Shin China will be the one to fall, as they will now lose extremely strong people, and their dreams for the so-called their dreams for the unification will all cease. Robku extremely confident that if they he decides then that they're going to face these enemies head on, or not exactly head on, but he's going to destroy them. He's not going to repel them, he is going to destroy them all. And he's confident that if he does that, then, well, Shin China is completely crippled. And he is actually, that is actually true, after all. If you think about it, if Shin China loses this one, they lose everything. But they cannot be allowed to lose this one, because this is a battle against protagonist. But now Shohei Kun's plan is lost. And now it is only Ousen's plan. Has he created a strategy? Well, apparently so. This is now a battle against wits, against both arrogant geniuses. The so-called humble man that hides and conceited and extremely aggressive thinking Riboku, and Ousen, a man that cannot be read at the same time cannot be trusted and yet must be trusted, for he is just that strong. Wonder what kind of plan he did. All in all, just a setup chapter. Still don't like that Shin and Karyuten are being freaked out so very much. It's not hinting towards so many positive side effects in this war. But Ohon's eyes actually not made me scared, but made me unsettled. It's made me wonder what will happen. But yeah, we cannot forget that Kanki actually was correct. That was the plan. Ride straight forward. How they're gonna take you? Well, the battle has just begun. But they have now entered South Fields, so from now on, we can only expect carnage. Give me your thoughts if you have any.